Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Can you believe it? Is this fucking thing on? What is happening? God damn it. I had some good shit to talk about, too. Do you believe in Bob-a-da-bo? Boobity-boo. Are we on? Yeah. I can't believe this. Do you believe in Boudica? I can't believe what happened. We were doing so well. Ecamm just crashed. Is that a coincidence? Maybe the universe was trying to tell me something. I can't believe it. And then it said, do you want to resume? And I said yes, and it wouldn't resume. I was hoping it would just dive us right back into the same stream, but then it didn't. It just crapped out. But there you go. It is what it is. We'll finish up. At least I'm not that upset, I guess, because I had we finished the Progressive Voices part of the show, and I'll just be able to edit this together and make the stream, make the podcast stream. Hold on, who's that? Who's that? Who's that? Who's that? Who's that? Hi, Buddha. Uh-oh, she don't like being held. What a tease. Hi, Booty Boo. Come here, Booty. Can you come here? You son of a bitch. Come here, Buddha. Buddha. She's thinking about it. Oh, yikes. Yikes. All right. Well, let's see. We lost a lot of people. We were that was a good show. It was happening. I mean, we had a lot of activity in the chat room and all. So I hope that everyone can find us. That sucks. Ecamm crash. Why did Ecamm crash? I don't know. All right, well, let's do some George Santos. Let me see. Everything crashed. That sucks. I'm glad it didn't crash when we were still recording for Progressive Voices. That's really a pain in the ass. Let me just see if it recorded. Because when I record the show, I also record a separate stream that I use to cut the show after we go off the air. And Ecamm. I want to make sure. It might have corrupted the file. It probably did. So what has to happen then, and it sucks, is that I have to wait for YouTube to process the file, and that takes forever. So I won't cut the show until tomorrow then, I guess. I'm just giving you a peek behind the fourth wall of what happens here at Tarabuster Studios. Ecamm live. Why can't I find this? Do you believe in booty kaboo? Booty bakoo bete boo. Yep, I think it got corrupted. Oh, Ecamm. You E of the cams. God damn it. I hate when that happens. All right, whatever. I have to get over it. At least there's a backup. on YouTube. I have to wait. That sucks. It has to be, YouTube processes it. It's a pain in the ass. All right, whatever. Who cares? Let's get back to, it's some Schadenfreude, whatever. Schadenfreude? Schadenfreude? That, I have to open my windows again. All my research. So George Santos. It's a train wreck. Well, we also there's another George Santos in Congress, Andy Ogles. So we're not, it's not a coincidence. Like I'm saying, that all Republicans, they're sick in some form. Not that Democrats or progressives or normal people don't have issues and problems. Which it's a different level with the right wingers, though. That's why they're attracted to that kind of ideology. There's something wrong with them in all, and usually it's a form of racism, and they don't get help for their own. They don't look at themselves. I of course I'm kind of being a broad stroke, painting them with a broad brush, but I wish I was wrong. Many of them, let's say, they got issues. You have to have issues to look at Trump and think, yeah, that guy. That's my Führer. That's my guy. And look at perjury traitor Green and think, yeah, vote for her. For example, let me just show you her in the hearing where she was showing Hunter Biden nudes.
And it's marked
Mr.
out.
Chairman, point of parliamentary
Isn't she a
showing
dirtbag?
proof of Mann Act violations.
How is a person's sex videos that were stolen off of a private laptop? How does that prove violations of the Mann Act? It doesn't. We don't know anything about the partners that he was with. There's no proof that they were prostitutes or anything else, or young people or underage. This is what she's insinuating. Just like she needs to show him nude, Hunter Biden nude, in the grips of his addiction, by the way. And Sean Hannity did it. Was it last night? He did the same thing. They showed pictures of Hunter Biden nude because the point is, they want him to relapse. They want to cause him pain. So and stress. That's your compassionate conservatism. They're so concerned about fentanyl and it's coming over the border and killing Americans. They don't care. Let it kill Hunter Biden. Let it kill Democrats. They don't care. Because that will devastate Joe Biden. And Hunter Biden said as much. He will not be able to recover from that loss. He's had too many losses in his life. His surviving son. If he lost his surviving son, it would be a pain too much to bear. Not that Republicans would, you think that, what would happen if, God forbid, I'm not saying, if, let's say, I won't even say a name, if Donald effing Trump, the traitor, lost one of his children, what would happen? Would he even blink? Would he even pause grabbing somebody by the pussy or doing something disgusting to others? Would it even register? Well, it would register probably in the way that he would capitalize on it somehow. He'd probably sell some commemorative NFT. My great son, strong, or daughter, or spawn, strong and powerful. So powerful, so strong, so wonderful. We buy this memorial something, some bullshit, NFT, digital bullshit for the low price of $99.99. Show everyone what a patriot you are. And here, get this picture of my dearly departed walking through the pearly gates with Jesus for the low price of $99.99. You know it. But here, let's continue.
And it's marked
Mr.
out.
Chairman, nice.
They should be
Objection. I have
offended
a
by
point of parliamentary
human
inquiry.
trafficking.
Mr. Chairman,
How do we
state
know?
your point.
thank you kindly, Mr. Chairman. On July 26th, I sent you a letter about the last time this happened when the gentlelady introduced before this committee without any notice to
What a disgusting voice.
nude photos, pornographic images
The
that were
man.
completely irrelevant to the purpose
Exactly.
of the
Irrelevant.
hearing itself. And my question to you is,
It's just
are members
abusive.
allowed to
It's just
simply
bullying.
put up sensationalistic, voyeuristic,
Revenge
pornographic
porn.
images if they're
That's what
not
it is.
relevant to the actual object of
Irrelevant.
the legislative proceeding? I
But-
want a parliamentary ruling on that.
Mr. Askin, that's probably part of the questioning for
There's
Mr.
a
Biden
Comer
violations
pile.
of the Mann Act. Ms. Green's led
The
on that
Mann
issue.
Act.
No, no,
Do you know
this
what
is
the
a-
Mann
these
Act
are
is?
rules of the
These have already-
committee.
these-
It's also known as the White Slave Traffic Act of 1910. The white slave. Of course, right? It's a U.S. federal law that criminalizes the transportation of individuals across state lines or national borders for the purpose of prostitution or any other immoral purpose, which we don't know anything about the people in those photographs. We don't know. You know, Hunter Biden's an adult. He's allowed to have sex with people. We don't know who those partners are, the women in those pictures or woman. We have no idea. Neither does perjury trader Green, the serial adulterer, okay, whose marriage broke up because she couldn't stop having sexual relations outside her marriage.
Pictures have already been entered into the record.
The
So in other words,
pictures have already been entered into the record for no good reason. For what? They're discussing Hunter Biden subpoena. Here's a picture of him nude. Because why? Because, you know, it makes good content for their podcasts. It makes it seem as if they're doing something when they're doing nothing. They're just biding time. They're wasting time until the in-between coups. That's it. They're wasting time from coup to coup. When they school shooting to school shooting, they're just wasting time between domestic terrorist event to domestic terrorist event, and that they can inspire between Nuremberg rally to Nuremberg rally. Biding time, pretending, so they could fundraise, so they can go on Steve Bannon's podcast and say that, you know, hey, I'm doing a good job, right? Right, boss? Right, boss? Did you see? Look at this. I'm looking at Media Matters. Look at this picture. And we've seen it before, of course, of Steve Bannon. Look at his set. He's got fucking pictures of Jesus behind him. Because he's so religious, you know? Don't you know? They love Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ is just like them. You know, feed the hungry, starve the hungry, kick the homeless, build walls when the stranger knocks on the door. Separate, divide, spread ignorance, make sure people are putting in bomb threats, just like Jesus did. If somebody slaps you across the cheek, don't turn the other cheek. Put in a bomb threat. Or even when they don't slap you across when they're trying to get you health care, put in a bomb threat. They're trying to make sure that you don't die needlessly without health care. Make sure you break into their home and hit them over the head with a hammer. Like Jesus. Like Jesus always said that we should do as Christians. That Christians have a duty to beat the elderly over the head with a hammer when they, when Nervous Nancy wants to make sure that Americans don't die without health care. It's incredible how unbelievably disgusting and the hypocrisy is bottomless. The fact that he could sit there, that Steve Bannon, the traitor, the one who was caught, he was pardoned, remember? He was, the con man pardoned him before he left the Oval Office for his robbing the dumbass Trumpanzee traitor Trump cult, for stealing money from the traitor Trump cult, for, putting up this bullshit fundraising, stealing, getting these idiots to give him their socialist security money by telling them he's going to build a wall against all the illegals, like Jesus wanted them to do, like Jesus always talked about. How Jesus was really into building walls between people, making sure there's big walls up. No, he wasn't. It was not in any way about understanding and empathy. Just build walls and hit people with hammers. And he was caught on a yacht, on a Chinese a billionaire's yacht. They went out and they got his ass. His greasy ass off the yacht. Because the United States government was trying to protect these dumbasses from basically the snakes, the parasites that have latched upon them and are sucking the life out of them. But they make it so easy to suck the life out of them. And they just count on the stupidity of these people. And all of that, that in itself should be the wake-up call for these idiots. Like, gee, I gave money to this greasy grifter, and he was caught on a Chinese billionaire's yacht in international water. They had to go get his ass. And then the con man pardoned him? He didn't pardon the traitors who stormed the Capitol, thankfully. Thank God. Well, that's because he didn't want to seem guilty. That's why. At the time, he was trying to distance himself from them, because at the time, there was another opportunity for Republicans to distance themselves from their Fuhrer, who, they had every opportunity to shake him off at that time, to let him, to put him in history's trash bin. And they almost did it. Well, they simply couldn't let go. Until McCarthy went down there and kissed his ass, the traitor's ass, down to Maramoron. And kissed this filthy, lying, bullshit peddling traitor's ass, to the detriment of this country. They know what he is. They know who they are. They're all a bunch of grifters, a bunch of greasy grifters. And then there's this con man, Steve Bannon, this hateful fascist who hates this country, who hates Jesus, he's got the nerve. You know, that's because they count on the stupidity of the people who follow them. All they have to do is put up throw up some virtue signal, right? Throw up a picture of Jesus. Don't act like Jesus. Don't behave like Jesus. You know, kick Jesus. If Jesus ever came back, they'd crucify him again. All right, well, this is really not the end. We're going to do George Santos. Because I promised. And we had a technical problem. So, yeah, we will win. We're on the right side of decency, dignity, what else? Decency, dignity, democracy, humanity. We stick together, we win. My name is Tara Devlin. Become a patron at patreon.com/Tara Devlin. Check out APS Radio News. And thank you, Charlie, for all your support. As always, my name is Tara Devlin. I'll see you soon. All right, let's get into what's happening with Curious George Santos. You know, it's really pathetic. He's kind of annoying. To put it mildly, he's kind of annoying. Because sometimes I really hate his guts, frankly, legally and peacefully. He is another vile, slithering snake. And I'll go onto his Twitter feed just to see what the fucking idiot's up to. And usually, if I want to irritate myself, I guess I go on there. He's desperate. He knows it's coming to an end. His time in the limelight, in the spotlight, his attention, the attention that he desperately craved his entire life, is coming to an end. We famously, as we know, and I predicted it, not that I'm a freaking Miss Cleo, but I said as soon as he got kicked out of Congress, I think I said it on the show, he's going straight to Cameo, right? There's no doubt, and that's what he did.
Call me now for your free reading.
Exactly. I know. I'm like Miss Cleo. And he went to Cameo, and because he's a greedy grifter, his pathetic shout-outs, very, they have no dignity. They have no self-respect, these Republicans. They just want money. That's why they can kiss a con man's ass. That's why they get, like Nancy Mace could scream at Hunter Biden saying you have no balls while he's sitting right there in front of them ready to testify. You have no balls. Well, I'm here. I'm fucking here, bitch. But that's why they put on a show for the dupes. That's why they show naked photos of people in the grips of their active addiction, because they got nothing. They have no decency. And George Santos, it was very easy for him to go straight from the halls of Congress to Cameo, where he degraded himself by saying anything that anybody paid him to say, which is really the Republican Party in a nutshell. So there is no difference, whether it's Cameo or it's the halls of Congress. They're getting paid to say what somebody is telling them to say, whether it's Trump or some big billionaire benefactor. They don't give a shit. They might as well be puppets. They might as well be, what's his face? I was listening to Tom Hartman, and Tom Hartman mentioned that Ron DeSantis looks like Howdy Doody. And he does. And I was like, oh, yeah, he does. With the head bobble. And he's like, He might as well be Howdy Doody. I'd actually take Howdy Doody over him. But yeah, I mean, it's the same thing. They might as well. I mean, this is why they could so easily go on these reality shows and degrade themselves. Go on The Masked Singer. Go on the whatever, Dancing with the Stars. All of them, because it's all an act. It's attention. It's money. It's a show. It's all the same fucking show. They see no difference. They're not working for the American people. They're not altruistic. They don't want to help their fellow citizens. This is another reason why. I mean, it really is. Money in politics is the root of all evil. And we need to get money out of politics. You know how fast the Republicans would flee the halls of Congress if there was no money in politics? There'd be public servants. So George Santos, now from the New York Times. Let's see. Hold on. Shit. Hold on a second. Don't quit again. Fucking e-pun. I hate when that happens. Okay, hold on. Beep, beep, bop, a doop. So George Santos, this is from the New York Times. There's an article, The Fading Online Celebrity of George Santos. But if you go on his Twitter or whatever, he is desperate to get back in the limelight. He's missing it. He's missing the attention. And George Santos, he's saying, I mean, believe it or not, on his Twitter feed, he said that his former constituents, this is how, without dignity he is, and what a liar he is, of course, that his former constituents in the 3rd District are telling him that they're putting together a write-in candidate campaign to get him on the ballot. You believe that? And he is, of course it's a lie. His constituents, they were happy to see him gone. I mean, you're talking about a district that held regular protests outside his office, his district office, telling him to get the fuck out. There was never people, even when he was voted out, when they kicked his ass out, they went to the district. They couldn't find one person that was sorry to see him go. You know how they do the man on the street, and they always have to have, well, he said this and he said that, and then this guy said that. They always have to be, both sides. They couldn't even do that. They couldn't do the both sides because there's only one side. Get out. Get your con man ass out. And everybody they talked to was like, I'm glad he's gone. He needed to go. I'm glad he's gone. It's an embarrassment for this district. Finally, we can put this episode behind us. And he is desperate to get back into the limelight. And it's pretty incredible because they're like, if you go on his Twitter feed, I don't know who is on there, like who is supporting him, of course, because Republicans have no decency, have no dignity. And they say things like, George Santos for president and whatnot. Why? You're a great American, George. Things like that. But it doesn't matter. It's only a matter of time. So that he's going to be completely irrelevant. And it's kind of, it's telling that when he first went on Cameo, he charged $75 to say bullshit happy birthdays and whatever anybody else paid him to say. And then he realized it all started coming in because Jimmy Kimmel made a bit out of it, and John Fetterman had him do a cameo trolling, what's his name, Gold Bar Menendez. And he immediately upped his price, and he went on other shows like that Marsha Kramer, who she's a longtime journalist in is she a journalist now? We played her clips. She had George Santos on local television, New York local TV, and she's a longtime presenter. She used to call she calls herself a journalist. And she interviewed George Santos for over an hour. Remember that? It was a disgrace. She gave him a platform and asked him questions as if he was a legitimate congressman. And she was the only one that gave him legitimacy. And he went back to her after he left, and she's like, stay tuned. George Santos, she had him back. Okay, so, and on her show, he was saying that he made more money in a month than he did in his entire congressional salary for what was he there? 10 months? That I knew at the time, it's not going to last because this is going to get old. It's already old. It's stale. People are over it. Like, oh my God, like Trump. Eventually, oh my God, when it ends, will it end? Every day. Oh my God. You wake up to it. You go to bed to it. Listening to this fucking whiny con man. But George Santos is now, so he raises price immediately for these stupid cameos to $500 a pop, but they're already going down, the prices. He's had to lower the prices already. Now they're back to now he's down to $350. He's trying to milk it. So according to the New York Times article that starts, it's titled "The Fading Online Celebrity of George Santos," which I'm sure he can't handle. Inside the halls of power, his performance worked for a time. Outside, he's a flop. He is a flop. He's trying to be relevant. He's trying to be clever. It's really simply sad. Because, the other thing is, because he was saying on the Marsha Kramer show that he's making more money in a month than he did his entire 10 months. And I thought you were a financier. Right? How come Marsha didn't ask him about that? I thought you were a financier. What are you financiering? He, according to George Santos himself, when he was on Piers Morgan's show, he did very well in the stock market, and he's a financier, and he's a Wall Street whiz, and he guaranteed Piers Morgan that he's very wealthy, and he did very well in the stock market. Bullshit. You got to steal a GoFundMe to kill and kill a veteran service dog. You got to steal $5,000. You're not a Wall Street whiz. So George Santos, according to the article, says his videos on Cameo have been described as unimpressive, with him sitting in a featureless setting, making stupid scripted remarks, and sometimes referring to the fraud allegations against him. Santos gained notoriety for allegedly lying about various aspects of his life. Okay. With some considering him a campy gay icon. How dare you? Really? some consider him a campy gay icon. I don't think so. I'm a gay icon, and he's not one of us. Just kidding. But no, nobody wants him. He's an embarrassment. He's a homophobic, self-loathing gay who is an opportunist. And so, but let's play some of his his latest cameos. Let's see.
It's George Santos.
It's George Santos.
And I wanted to stop by to wish you a very, very happy birthday. Your friend Patrick and all of your friends actually want you to have an amazing time.
Who wants this?
You're going
Who needs
to
this in
go
their life?
places. I hear you are already working and slaying on building your very epic and iconic political career yourself. And, I am so excited for you. I want you to keep slaying, girl. Don't let anybody tell you no. Don't let anybody tell you you can't. You can do whatever you want. And just remember how lucky you are
sounds
to
very
have
low
the
energy.
best friends, family, and your dog, RJ, and your husband, Patrick. Or should I call him Rick? Okay, I'll leave Rick to you. I'll call him Patrick. Girl.
Oh, my God.
Have a happy birthday. 30 becomes you, and you will be fabulous. Mwah. Happy birthday, Laura.
Ugh. Disgusting. With those Botox lips.
Hey, Delaware government. Citizens for Judicial Fairness bring up a valid point. You're supposedly the liberal Delaware government. It's supposed to be the corporate capital of the world.
It's painful.
But simply put, Delaware's justice system is broken. Governor Carney built an all-white chancery court led by Kathy McCormick that oversees the biggest corporations in the world. Former AG Barr was absolutely
He can't even do
right.
this.
Delaware claims
he's
to
like
be a
phoning it
bastion
in.
of ESG,
Anyway.
but really they're chasing away
He's in a
companies
car.
like Twitter,
He's, like,
TransPerfect,
going.
and DraftKings trying to do the right thing.
You can't
The
even
court
read
doesn't
with
even
any.
require judges
He's
to submit
clearly
financial
reading.
disclosures, and they don't even allow cameras in the
In the
courtroom.
courtroom.
Look, I'm out here on Cameo. What are y'all hiding? Bye.
Wow, that was bad. That was very embarrassing.
Hey, Alan. Hey, Kevin. So, George Santos here. I'm a little disappointed because, look, really proud
terrible
New York Republican with a pretty conservative voting record. Matter of fact, the most conservative New Yorker in Congress this year, up until the moment I was expelled. And I never
being
wavered.
a con man.
I always said I was going to be conservative, and I went through and through conservative. And the interesting thing about it all is 96.27% of the time I voted strict conservative values. What's this nonsense I hear? You guys are super liberal. Tucker and Henry telling me you're the most liberal people they know. Like, you guys got to do better. Like, look at the state of our country. How could you be liberal? Like, seriously.
Oh my
Alan,
God.
Kevin, do better. Seriously. I have faith in you. You can do better. All right?
Is that supposed
All
to
the
be
best. And try
clever?
to stop selling us out by voting for Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, Nancy Pelosi, and Chuck Schumer, and all these liberals that are just going to destroy our country. Mwah.
Oh my God. It's like, I know. I'm sorry. It is very annoying. It's just like watching a train wreck. It's fascinating, but yeah, tedious, and it's horrible. He's horrible. He's a horrible person. I don't know who wants to buy that for a friend. Anybody bought that for me, I'd be like, sorry. You wasted your money, and I'd be kind of ashamed of them. So, all right. Yes, I'm sorry, everybody. Jonathan and Haiku and Robin and Terry and Twisted Nerves Painting. Thank you for sharing that with me. I don't think I could have watched that by myself. Thank you for, indulging. It's like I couldn't turn it off for a second. It was just so disgusting. But he's not alone. There's, what's his name? Andy Ogles is the new George Santos. Andy Ogles, he's another one who's a fabulist. A new ethics complaint has been filed against him, a Tennessee Republican accusing him of House rules violations similar to those that led to the expulsion of George Santos. The complaint was filed by the Campaign Legal Center, a nonpartisan voting rights advocacy group, and it alleges the unexplained inconsistencies in Representative Ogles' reported finances and misrepresentations of his background, raising transparency concerns for voters. So, yeah, it never stops. This is who they are. They're disgusting. And, all right, listen. We're going to hang it up for the night. People, mwah. Ugh, I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. This is where we live. Can you believe where the fuck we live with this shit going on? When things that need to be promoted and funded and financed get nothing, and not nothing. I'm not talking about myself. I'm talking about in general, like groups like the animal rights groups and whatnot are always struggling when, people like George Santos are getting $500 or now $350 a pop to say, to read something very badly. It's disgusting. The whole thing. And this is Republic, it's just like who they vote for. Dash on the chat says, scary. Who is vetting these people for security clearances? Exactly. They don't care because it's a cult. It doesn't matter. If you fit the suit, if you do what they tell you to do, you kiss Donald Trump's ass, you lick his ass, you promote, whatever the talking point of the day is. They have no shame. And Republicans will pull the lever for you in the voting booth. That's it. Because they've been propagandized by their right-wing hate channels to hate the very things that actually make America great. That the things that are allowing them to have decent lives, right? To have decent middle-class lives. They like the last show we were talking about how Nikki Haley is going after Social Security again, and these idiots are going to vote for her. Idiots on Social Security are going to vote for her. While Republicans do nothing. They offer nothing but hate. You all hate the same things, and that's the cult. All right, listen. Thank you so much, guys, tonight for hanging out, and other nights as we get through these days together. It really matters. Wait, Buddha, where's your collar? Buddha, where's your collar? She's a genius. Look at her. She loves those. I'm a little afraid of her with those twisty ties. She loves these twisty ties. I don't know. She plays with them all the time. But it makes me afraid she's going to hurt herself. But Buddha, where's your collar? Let me see if I can hook up my iPhone. Okay, click to start iPhone camera. Okay, here we go. Booty, come here. Look at that. It's the cat cam. Come on, Buddha. There it is. That's the twisty tie. Come on, Booty. Get, girl. You're a genius. Buddha. Isn't she good? She's a good girl. What a good girl. I have a cat cam now, and I was tuning in to see what Boudica was up to one day. And guess what? She was playing with that twisty tie. All right, guys, listen. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you so much for your generous super chats and the generous gift of your time hanging out. It means a lot. I can't do this without you. I really thank you so much for keeping the show going and growing, keeping me, I don't know, going. I don't know about growing, but I guess we're all growing. Look how cute she is. So, listen, thank you so much. We will have a show this week, hopefully. Hopefully. I don't know my schedule yet, so we'll figure it out. I gotta go find Boudica's collar. I got her a collar, and it has her name on it, so I don't know what she did with it. Remember, we will win. Right, Booty? We're on the right side of history. We're on the right side of decency, dignity, democracy, humanity. Guys, thank you so much for hanging out. I do love you all. I really do. My name is Tara Devlin. And I will see you. I'll see you very soon.